All right, hello, future me. Hello to like the two stray YouTube viewers who catch this video somehow. Basically, just starting up a little series where I give post game commentary slash analysis, air quotes, on my games. As you can see, I have 135 hours on squad, so I am anything but a veteran at this point. I've owned the game for like 7 years, so 135 hours is not great. Um, but yeah, so basically, this series is just gonna cover me, uh, and my thoughts and reviews and everything like that in regards to my games. So this first game right here is actually a pretty good game. We are playing on Invasion Harju V3. And yeah, I have a couple okay moments which I wanted to show off and talk about, and then I have a couple not okay moments which I can talk about. So that's kind of like the whole point of the series. And so yeah, I eventually I really am trying to push myself to squad lead more. So right now I'm just trying to get my squad reps in so that I can kind of get the feel of it again. So these first couple games will probably just be like medic or AT or something like that. And then eventually we'll graduate to squad leading games where I'm sure my enjoyment for the game will plummet, but hopefully my brain cells will increase. They won't, it's like huffing paint, but let's just get into it. All right, so I did not record the pre-voting section. So basically, to fill you guys in with context, our squad leader, Lizard Hands, shout out to Lizard Hands, he's the reason we won this game. He has basically proposed that we take 3 lavs, 4 lavs originally, but we only got 3. 3 lavs, and we literally bum rush the point and shoot anything that moves, and that this will be an effective strategy in order to win the game. I will be honest, I had my doubts, as many times an amphibious assault has failed miserably. But I'll just let you guys watch to see how this goes. So basically, I'm just playing medic here. I'm just going to try and get my medic score up. And my big thing, which is what I like to do when I play medic, is hang back, analyze the game, the match flow, and then see how I can improve. So I'm sure a lot of these early games will actually be medic. But yeah. So the opening salvos are popped off right here. And again, I am not confident that we're going to survive. And right here, I was like, oh yeah, we are surely fucked. Thankfully, I guess the strategy of shoot anything that fucking moves was actually pretty decent. And so right here, I'm trying to zoom in and spot anything for the team. But I can't see shit. So I just let them handle it. And yeah, we'll probably jump ahead a little bit here. So somehow we actually did survive that assault, and we are able to dismount. So basically our whole plan is rush hard, get across the road, clear out these buildings right here. One of my favorite moments is about to happen right here. It will be the first but not the last time this happens. I go to clear this building, and I believe that I am killed by a enemy here, but I can't see where they are at. I found out maybe 30 seconds later that I was team killed. So awesome. But let's freeze frame right here really quick. So this really surprised me. I did not think that we were going to successfully land in our lav, let alone land with all 3 lavs. So I don't know if this is bad enemy play or really good play by Mr. Hands, but yeah, shout out to him. This ended up working flawlessly, and we actually are able to get a good footing all along the beach and start setting up rallies, and we actually drop a radio that they don't even know exists. And spoiler alert, we are able to take this point pretty quickly and without losing a lot of tickets, so that was pretty big. My team runs by me here for probably the next couple minutes as I wait to be rezzed, and so yeah, let me jump ahead a couple minutes and cut out all this monotony. So it's been about 110 seconds, but I am finally back up, back rezzed. That is great. I immediately just start healing up the team. I probably should have healed myself first because I'm possibly gonna permadeath if I get hit by anything, but it seemed pretty chill. Within that 110 seconds, I realized I was team killed and not killed by an enemy, so we're literally all good here. So I make sure to get everybody healed up because obviously we're still pushing our flag here, and everybody wants to be healthy for a flag push. And yeah, so basically at this point, our squad leader is telling us to push and then get ready to hop right back in the lav. So a mechanized in for sure, which I was kind of surprised that we had a really good team here. I have to say we had a really good team, and I cannot emphasize enough how good our team was. I do not think that if everybody was playing normally, like how regular blueberries play, we would have done as good. Speaking of playing really good, here is the second time that I am TK'd by a friendly. Yes, so shout out to Beepers. I've been alive maybe 2 minutes this entire game. I've been staring at the bleed out screen. Eventually I get picked up here and we just start rushing into points. So let's jump ahead and see how that ends up going. I mean, I already told you guys that we're going to cap it, but let's just see. Alright, well, silly me did not realize that the cap literally pops up right there on screen. So at this point, I cut ahead about 3-ish minutes, 3 minutes, 40 seconds. Squad leader had us all fall back, mount up in the lav. We're heading around to get a flank on the next flag. I'm really bad with names, so there's going to be a lot of next flag this, next flag that. I'm sure I'll figure it out as time goes on. But yeah, I was saying earlier before I got team killed, shout out to Beepers. This is a really good team that we have. Especially like a really good squad. Like everybody was responsive, everybody was on mics. And we ultimately are able to get a lot done. So right here is where shit starts to go sideways really quick. We get absolutely packed by some vehicle. I don't even know what it is. And me and Lizard Hands end up actually being the only two to survive, which is not too bad, thankfully. I wanted to res everybody here, but Lizard Hands does make a good call to say fuck all of them and head over and drop rally. Unfortunately, my entire team decided to bleed out, but I think I could have saved them. Either way, we get the rally down, and we're going to start pushing north. And this is actually my first spot of like real criticism for my game, which is that I fall into the blueberry effect of just running straight from rally into point with quite literally no thought whatsoever. So I'm going to speed these next set of clips up here because it's just running and dying and running and dying and running and dying. This is obviously, not my best work. I end up like running smack dab into this red building. I don't know if they had somebody in here, or they had like a hab. They probably had a hab right behind it, and they would stream right into the red building. But we like literally bang our heads against the wall for embarrassingly 6 minutes. This is 6 minutes of footage sped up here. And as you can see, I get close and I die, and I get close and I die, and I get close and I die. And I think it is after this life here, when I die, that I have the conscious thought, like, dude, you're fucking blueberrying right now super hard, and you're just running in a straight line from the point. And you can see, like, with my mouse cursor, like, I'm thinking to myself, like, oh, I can actually push east, believe it or not. And so that is actually, yeah. And so squad lead also calls to like move to the east side. So me and him have that exact same thought, which I thought was pretty good. Like, nice, you're having good thoughts. Lizard Hands isn't no slouch. He's pretty much been making good calls all game at this point, even though I don't think you've really been able to hear a lot of it. Yeah, so I'll just fast forward a little bit more here, and we'll keep seeing how this game progresses. So there's nothing really tactical to talk about here. I just thought it was a pretty funny, cool clip. I don't know what the fuck kills these guys, but there's a mass cast, and so I do not trust my micro in order to stop this guy. So I just res everybody up, and we say, "Yo, fuck it, let's just take the stairs like a bunch of goddamn chads," and so that's what they do. I'm hanging back because again, I don't trust my micro in order to outshoot fucking anybody in this game. And we get him, so that's pretty cool. Everybody gets pretty hyped because fuck this guy in particular. So yeah. And so for the next like 2.5, 3 minutes in game, nothing really of note happens. I do medic things, I run around, I pick people up. I'm listening to my squad chat, and shout out to Pingu. Pingu is saying that we really need ammo because we're mortaring this. Well, we capped this last point and we were mortaring it pretty hard. And so I just start saying, fuck it, I'm going to start playing hella risky. And if I die, I'm going to respawn main and do a Logi run because nobody's doing a Logi run. So I believe I bring it up to squad lead here. Like, hey, I'm going to run it. And this is me checking. I'm like, oh, we don't have any ammo here. And we're moving up to cap the next point. So I sit here and I stare at this screen for a little bit before I like make the decision, but ultimately I make the decision to right there my brother Pingu says he needs ammo, and so this right here is when I make the decision, like, okay, I will do the Logi run because I saw it and now it's being called for over the microphone. And yeah, so I wait for squad lead to give me the okay here. In the future, I probably would just do it. I probably wouldn't even give a fuck. I would just tell them, like, no one's running ammo, I'll run the ammo. But yeah. So it took me about 2-3 minutes in game of running around because my boomer eyes can't see the lines on the Logi truck that tell you that it's a Logi truck. And thankfully my team corrected me because I was like, what the fuck? Like, what am I doing? So I made sure to load it up with build as well, just because I thought we may need at least 600 build to build a fob. But it ended up not being needed, so maybe that's something for the future. There is actually something pretty tragic here that happens. I am just going to cut ahead and let you all see what happens. So at this point, I'm feeling pretty proud of myself. I like analyzed the situation, saw that we needed ammo, was able to assist our mortars, and I'm heading back to do another Logi run because I know we're probably going to need to jump ahead and start capping the next objective, which means going to need a new fob. And as you can see right here on the map, they dug down the radio. So all the fucking supplies I just dropped off were immediately invalidated, which was super fucking depressing. But I'm just like, okay, fuck it. I'll go run new supplies now. It was pretty funny. That whole situation was pretty funny to me. I was like, holy fuck. We were just calling for ammo. It took me like maybe 5 minutes in game to get it, and then it's immediately out of date. As I'm thinking about it, had I not waited for command, had I not fucking ran to the wrong trucks, I probably would have got that ammo there quicker. And maybe it would have made a better difference. But here, I'm just driving up to the next point, starting to offload supplies, because this fob really also didn't have any ammo or build that was needed to like really sustain a push. And right here, like, all the monkey neurons in my brain are activating, so I'm going to freeze frame it and tell you what I'm thinking. So part of my 240p image, but basically right here when I'm looking at this at my map, I realized that we have a rally up to the northeast or northwest, way closer actually to checkpoint. And if I was a squad leader, I'd probably want to build a fob so we can start attacking and not having to push past the river. And so right here, I make the brain decision. This is my brain processing all the information live. I make the decision to do another Logi run, but this time go up to my squad lead, and link up at the rally, and then that way we can get a fob built and attack checkpoint much easier. I don't know if that is like really the correct play. I think it is, because the only spawn we have right now is across the river, which would be nightmarish to push across, but we have our lavs, but you know, why risk the lavs and all that? So yeah, I end up running back to base, and they actually burn our rally here, so I obviously that position was not sustainable. And yeah, I get lost here, but I make it back to main and I get the supplies. And I talk to my squad leader and I'm basically like, hey, I'm gonna get supplies so we can build a hab, and that is what's gonna happen in the next like 5 minutes as I fucking slow roll it back to main. Sidebar that I wanted to mention, I did have this idea where I would leave my Logi here in the Nikima radio and start taking the Logi boat. I think that's a Logi boat. And start loading the supplies with the Logi boat, and then just cut straight from main to Nikima with the boat. And then offload the supplies and then reload them onto my Logi truck. I don't know if that would be faster than going to main with the Logi. I think it is faster, but so but I ended up not doing it. I don't really know why I didn't do it. But it ended up not biting me too much in the ass because we ended up building that fob in the northwest, and so I took a totally different route to get there, and the boat strategy kind of would have just been fucked, I think. But maybe, I don't know. I guess I'll think about it more in the future. So basically, at this point, I talked to my squad leader. I asked him what he wants for his fob in the northwest, and he tells me 1800 build, 1200 ammo, which I was like, all right, cool. I load up. This is me checking the bridge for mines because I wanted to see if I could just get right across the bridge. And this will come up again later. I promise you that. And so I make it back to main. I load up my supplies and get on the road, Jack. So honestly, at this point, I had switched off medic like a while ago because I didn't want to take the medic slot from one of my teammates. We lost Pingu, unfortunately. RIP Pingu. Um, at this point, I was kind of like in my own little world. I was just like, yo, fuck it. I'm gonna keep doing Logi runs. I didn't really not understand, but I didn't really realize how close we were to winning the game. If I did, I probably would have just parked and started fucking the blueberry shuffle into point. But right here is a great moment in communication. So I'm just gonna shut the fuck up and let it play out. Cross the bridge. Five.
What?
Did you cross over the bridge with the red skull on it? Because I went the
What?
wrong way. Did you guys cross over the bridge with the red skull?
Oh yeah, the mine. There's no mines.
Okay,
No mines.
How are you guys doing on military apartments? Is it hot in there?
So the no mine claw has me hype because that means that I'm just gonna like speed down the highway, get my supplies, and be back in the fight. Well, I still end up getting lost, and I mean I've been talking about it all game. What do you all think is about to happen right now? So yeah, I was pretty fucking pissed that this fucking happened. I start molding in chat. My squad leader tells me rightly actually that we are literally about to win the game, so it doesn't matter. We're at a 500 ticket, like up. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's GG. So that was basically the game. My good things, I think, were noticing that we needed a Logi run, noticing that we could get a fob set up. My bad things was that blueberry shuffle for a little bit into the red house. But ultimately, I am pretty happy with how this game turned out. That is why it's the first game in the series. I made good choices, I made bad choices. And hopefully, I will continue to improve. And yeah, so that's basically it. We fucking stomped this game. Shout out to Lizard Hands. Shout out to Pingu, shout out to Beepers, shout out to Korea, shout out to West, whatever, shout out to Normal, shout out to Miami Wolf, shout out to Bubba, shout out to Scott. Really good squad, really good team. An absolute minor, like 1% type game. I was very happy with it. And literally people were saying that they were going to get off, but they are going to stay on because the team is doing so good. So these are the type of games that we like to see in squad. I did a lot, but I wasn't really there in the front lines. But, you know, logistics wins wars, baby. So with that, I'm going to probably just fast forward to the end screen here, show you guys the differential, and yeah, have a good one. Thanks for watching. And future me, I hope you're watching this game and saying, wow, he was a dumbass because of X, Y, and Z. And that shows improvement. See you later.
I've never seen that before. I have 10,000 hours in this game. I've never seen that high. That was the best game of Invasion I've ever played. I have 10,000 hours, just for the record.
Look at the timeline.
Thank you, Saint Glenn. Saint Glenn.
Nice.
Hey, good job.
That was incredible.
Good shooting.
Use Bay Invasion? More Invasion? More Invasion? We just crushed.